Welcome back to City on a Hill Gaming, a tabletop RPG actual play podcast. Let's meet the team.
Hi, I'm Grant, and I'm the GM.
Hi, I'm Peter, and I'm playing Faramond Bahar, Human Paladin.
Hi, I'm Daniel, and I'm playing Ansel, the Inquisitive Rogue.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I am playing Ruach, the Air Genasi Shepherd.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm playing Reepsy Piven, the Satyr Druid.
Hi, I'm William. I'm playing Myastin Zarbrax. I am a Dragonborn wizard.
We hope you enjoy our show. Welcome back to City on a Hill Gaming. I am not your game master. I am Ryan. Hello. And joining me, as always, we have a Peter.
Hello.
Ben.
Yo.
Daniel.
Who?
And Grant.
I am the game master, actually, so that should clear that up.
And now this is all yours.
Oh, boy. Okay. So when we last left off, you guys were looking at a large tower that was in sort of the center of this massive castle keep surrounded by gardens and flowing water, all that sort of thing, out in the middle of the deserts of the high waste. Well, really up in the mountains near it, with a sort of bowl of clouds around the whole thing. You guys had snuck through the lower portion of the castle, come out onto this flat open area, and you're looking at this rather tall tower. You can actually see a lot of the water that is flowing through the gardens here seems to actually be coming out of the tower. It's cascading down the sides of it. But in the front, there's a large portal, by which I mean a door, not like a magic portal, because I got to, be clear, it's D&D, that you guys are kind of looking at going, I guess we go in here?
I mean, we came all the way into this thing up in the clouds that seems desperately sketchy, so why not?
Yep, this seems like the place.
Desperately sketchy, yeah.
It's the only place where we've seen this much water since the campaign started.
No, I think that's an extremely apt description. I approve.
This clearly is questionable. Yeah, why, so is there just like a door in the front that I see fairly clearly, Grant?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's large, because, giants.
But we haven't seen people. Since we came into the courtyard, I should clarify that.
No, not really.
Okay.
No, they all seem to be on the lower floors.
Back down in the Amazon warehouse where we were already.
Yeah, the warehouse district, as it were.
Yes. Okay, good.
The warehouse level.
Warehouse level.
Yeah. This amount of wasted water, like hoarded, flagrant water wasting and usage and all that, really has Reap on edge.
I'm going to choose to pretend it's like the fountains at my college and it's recycled.
Yeah,
no, it's probably not. Okay, to the door we go, I guess.
Excellent.
Yep.
You push the door open. It'll take some effort because large, heavy, giant door, but you can push it open enough to get through. And you see a large, actually very large, open space. This tower is square. It is probably at least 100 feet on each side, you would guess. Maybe a little more. Though, of course, the stone walls are relatively thick. Even magic giants can't get around some basic fundamental engineering principles.
Like you do.
Yeah, look, I've run a naturalistic game. Come on.
Yeah, accurate.
But there is a large staircase. Actually, two large staircases. One with giant-sized steps, and a small one that kind of looks like you might even call it like a servant's staircase running alongside it. Kind of tucked into the wall the same way like a banister might be carved in, or is carved in at hand height for the giant staircase going up.
Is it weird that I'd rather go up that way? because it feels like it might be sneaky.
I was gonna say by giant steps, you mean like 10-foot rise?
Couple of feet as opposed to the usual, 8 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking like 15 feet per step here.
But like waist high or something.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Boy, that would be fun to get up.
Smaller steps.
Yeah. There's no particular issue with clearance there, although you probably have to go single file until you get to where you're going. Along the way, you can see that there are a few shelves, basically, on the inside, many of which contain oddities. Some of these you can recognize as magical, some of these you can recognize as alchemical, some of these you're not really sure what. You definitely see just kind of some general magical accoutrement, like the usual skull with a candle in it, skull with a candle on it, desert manticore skull. Got to throw in a desert manticore. It's been a while.
It's not casual. There's
like
nothing casual about that.
Little mote of elemental earth floating somewhere. Just bits and pieces of things. Nothing particularly impressive, but it's nonetheless interesting. But as the stairway goes up, and this stairway, for the record, goes up counterclockwise. Not counterclockwise, sorry. Starts on the left, so clockwise, goes up clockwise, which is a little unusual by most architectural standards.
Oh, yeah.
It goes up relatively high, makes 2 complete circuits. So the space that you're in is quite tall, but the ceiling, there is a ceiling that you can see, and you can hear water pouring down the sides. There are some windows here and there piercing the walls, give it some light, but not an enormous amount. The central column is actually mostly empty, which aside from a plinth that acts as a main support pillar. Eventually, though, you come up the steps into a large open space with windows on all 4 walls that are notable because they have stained glass in them. You come out kind of underneath a blue one. As you look up, as you come up the stairs, you can see that the stained glass mostly is in blue, but it's filled with images of water creatures and water elementals and strange extraplanar things. And as you glance around, you can see there's one with earth, creatures of earth, creatures of fire, creatures of air, that sort of thing in each of the 4 windows. Bless you.
Sorry.
But, and I hope, can everybody see the map here?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have lots of concerns.
Oh,
good. We'll get to the main concern in a minute. Notably, you come out onto a sort of landing. There's a couple of little stone bridges crossing a stream of water that's filled up from the 4 large basins, cauldrons, large deep bowls, essentially, out of which water is just cascading into the sort of pools of water around the corners and filling the central area here, and then out through vents in the sides that you can see. That's where you can actually see that's where the water must have been cascading down from. Those are up on sort of stepped pedestals that descend towards the center of the room, where a large 3-tier dais has been raised up, and light is emanating from that dais in the same sort of colors that echo the colors of the light coming through those stained glass windows. That is probably because there's a large, well-dressed, like genuinely ornately dressed storm giant with long hair and a rather haughty expression, muttering something and holding some sort of arcane instrument over what you would guess is some sort of ritual. You're sort of below it. You can't really see it that well, but you can see lights and hear strange mutterings, and that's usually a sign something's happening.
Something we're not going to like, probably.
Excuse me, sir. Could you please unbreak the ecosystem?
What bothers me is I think each of these little basins is probably just an oasis that just doesn't stop flowing out of the basin, and that upsets me.
So there's not like a door to open up, like we can just see this.
A door where?
Oh, to
like we just come out
office.
the stairs up into the thing.
Yeah, the stairs don't have any sort of trap door or anything like that. They just walk up onto the landing.
I like the idea that it's
up
just
onto this.
This is the CEO's office.
Yeah,
it's good.
Essentially, and I should say, actually, you guys actually, I think, can see the circle. It's not super clear on here, but these are the landings on the side are raised up about a foot or two more than the central flat area.
Okay.
The stone bridges leading to it kind of have a slope downward.
So we're slightly up.
Yeah, just a little bit. Enough that,
we can
standing
see
on it, you can see, oh yeah, there's a circle going on. The dais is not like massive giant steps up at each level. It's maybe like a foot and a half.
All right. No, I've got this. Pardon me, Mr. Rhyme-handed. A moment of your time?
I did not summon you. You should go back downstairs.
Yeah, that's not really gonna work for us. This is a matter of immediate urgency.
I am in the middle of an important ritual. Can it wait?
It should be noted that at this point, he has not actually looked at any of you. He is busy performing some sort of ritual.
I mean, guys, can it wait? I don't think it can.
Is there are there magazines? Is there a waiting area? Can we? No. Are
you kidding me right now?
No, it can't. We have concerns. We have concerns.
This is a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
Wow. There's the first pun of the night.
Is this another matter between the overseers and? No, he turns to look at you. Well,
no, this is a matter between everybody who lives in the desert and you.
Yes. Hello. I am Ansel, and I am with Agate Accounting and something
Incorporated.
And we are here because I have filed this list of complaints about your environmental impact and building on protected lands, and we're gonna wrap you up in so much red tape. Hopefully not literally. He looks very big. Yeah.
Metaphorically.
Who exactly is going to wrap me up in red tape? Here in my sanctum, I am subject to no one.
Well, you see, that was more of a metaphor, because when we say wrap you up in red tape, what I really mean is we're going to need you to suspend your operations for the Gray Giant hostels, because you're like actually breaking the elemental plane, and that's very bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that all you're here about?
Yes.
In a word, yes.
I'm sure there's other things too.
We had other smaller complaints, but those don't really matter.
That is the big one.
Interference in my business is, shall we say, a matter too large for you. You may leave through the door you came in.
We came up the stairs and there wasn't a door. So
Oh, good night. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
Wow. Are you suggesting I send you out through a window?
No,
I would hate for you to break those. They're very nice.
More importantly,
Thank you.
I'm suggesting that you suspend your work with the Grey Giant Hostels and put the elements of water back where they belong before worse things happen.
Worse things won't happen for 400 or 500 years at least. And really, by that time, I'm sure somebody will have come up with some way of dealing with externalities. In the meantime, I see no reason why you or anyone else should interfere with my ability to make a profit.
Right. Well, you all are witnesses. He admitted to knowingly tampering with the elemental planes, and I'm filing this with the Better Business Bureau.
I own the Better Business Bureau.
With the other Better Business Bureau.
The best business bureau.
The gooderest.
The gooderest one, that one. In all seriousness,
you're determined to make this difficult, aren't you?
I mean, it is genuinely causing a lot of problems, like lot of very serious problems.
I've been told that too many times.
Yeah, probably even by us, admittedly.
Yeah, at least
I'm
once or twice.
Certain I've said it.
He's not wrong.
What is he holding to perform the ritual?
Now that you look at it, he's got some sort of globe in his hand that's kind of glowing blue. Give me I would say give me some sort of Arcana check. Some sort. Yeah. Give me an Arcana check. Very specifically an Arcana check.
I know what I think it is.
A 1. Not a natural 1, but a 1.
Oh, do you have a negative?
I have a -1 to Arcana.
Perfect.
I got a 6.
Yes, unfortunately, your wizard is currently hanging out with some mushrooms.
Ooh, I got a 19.
5.
19.
Is that an
you are reasonably certain, judging by the primordial that he was muttering and the sigils on whatever casing he's got built around this thing, that might be a sort of physical incarnation of a node of elemental water that might belong to an oasis.
Oh, the thing they put in the jar, but is different. Okay. That seems bad.
I mean, this looks like it's sort of pre-decanter of endless water.
Oh, okay.
Does it have any metal on it?
I know where this is going.
You know what? Yes. We'll say yes.
Ben, go ahead.
I want to start, just as we're talking, as all this conversation has been going on, Reap has wanted to just start, fiddling with his loot and just wandering his way closer, crossing the bridge, wandering over, looking up on what's going on over here, kind of peeking over the edge. And when he gets within,
quick note. The water flowing through the river bits there is 2 or 3 feet deep, and there's a 6-inch lip. Getting in and out would not be a problem if you fell in.
Right.
Just stating that for the record.
And as he gets to the edge of this, where he's at right now, the edge of the outer ring, he's going to cast. I'm going to cast heat metal on the container housing the orb.
Okie dokie. Sounds good.
Which is 2d8. Let's see. Glowing Hack takes 2d8. And what is the spell check? It's a Constitution saving throw, which I don't expect him to fail against a DC 14.
I mean, it's always possible.
Nope.
But no.
Yeah, so it's 2d8 fire damage just by holding on to it. And then it's going to be that, I think it's that every round.
Great. Go ahead and give me that 2d8 roll. Because the damage happens regardless of the con save, right?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
con save is he has to drop it.
Con save he has to drop it.
We didn't rest since the last time we used spells, did we?
You guys have done a short rest.
We have done a short rest,
but not a long rest. It gets like slots back. Okay.
No, you have not.
Okay, that answers my question.
That said, I don't think you guys have really spent a whole lot because I think you spent a use of wild shape to kind of scout out the castle area, and you might have spent 1 or 2 spells exploring.
I have 2 second levels marked off, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not sure either because I don't remember you using that many spells.
Those are from. I think those are marked off from when we fought the Oni in the tent, probably.
Right, and you long rested after that, so you are fine there. In fact, I will say, go ahead and refresh spell slots.
That's always fun when the DM says that.
Yeah.
This is a very magical place. I'm sure I can think up an excuse for it. Also, I don't have to worry about bookkeeping, but I genuinely don't think you've spent much of it in terms of spells, and it's not worth checking on going back.
Right. So, yeah.
Besides, it's the final showdown. Da-da-da-da-da. And, you want to be fully armed for it. It's fun.
So that was a 9 damage for the heat metal.
10.
I rolled it, but physically. I just did that so it would pop up in chat. I rolled actual dice.
I'm going with the 10.
Okay.
Seems decent.
I'm not gonna argue
he
that.
Looks down at the thing that's heating and says, you really are determined to go through with this little error? Very well.
Well, we want nature back.
Excuse me.
Let me show you then the error of crossing Orlun the Rime-Handed.
And as he speaks, the hand that is holding that orb turns blue, his right hand, and encrusts with ice.
Well, that's why he's got that name.
Probably a good time to roll initiative.
Da, 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 da. Boop.
21.
Yeah,
you go before the lair actions.
Same, 21.
We have 2 natural ones, everybody.
Yeah, baby. This is what we do.
Oh, excellent.
2 natural ones, an 18 and a 19 for the raw rolls.
Peter, that's a plus. That's a 14 for my tiebreaker.
Grant, why does the tower have its own initiative?
You'll find out.
I don't like that. That seems bad. I mean, that would be new.
It's bad for some of you.
We've not fought a building on City on the Hill before, so there's that.
I feel like, it's first time for everything.
Yeah.
First time for everything, including layer actions.
I have concerns, and also I need to take notes for the future. Okay.
Honestly, layer actions are a really fun part of D&D 5th edition because they kind of have that whole idea of you're in a dangerous place, and it also adds some extra relevant actions to, like the big bad without it being like, and this guy gets to breathe fire twice or whatever. It adds character. They're quite a lot of fun.
Well, and some places are just magically enough to cause problems.
Yeah, and I mean, you are in the sanctum of a powerful elementalist cloud giant.
Yeah, we made choices. It's fine.
They are not necessarily wrong choices. They were just choices.
I mean, he lost HP. That's a start.
That is a good start. Pheromon. you get to go first.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith here to bump my AC up to 20. And that's it for me.
Oh, good.
I was not expecting that fast.
Very well. In that case,
well, doesn't
Tower
Reap
goes.
go first?
And
yeah, I was a 21 also.
Yeah, he was.
21. Okay. Rook, what were you?
I was like at 5.
Oh yeah, he was.
Ansel?
I was 4.
4. Okay, yeah. The automatic sorting did not work. That's what happened there. All right. So Reap, your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to let's go for some fun erupting earth. Right on the clicking that. Going on erupting earth right near the center of the podium. So hopefully that catches him as 20 foot. So yeah, so it catches him on the edge of the cube.
Yeah, can you show me exactly where you're running this?
Yeah, let's do that. These are 5 foot squares, right?
Yes. So
that's a 20 foot cube?
Because most of the time those are described as the distances are described as a radius.
That's not 20 foot on
a
a
20-foot cube. Yeah, 20-foot cube, so 20 feet on a side. Yes, so that would be correct.
That's that. And so that is
that
23 bludgeoning damage from the earth just erupting around him. Hopefully also disrupting his sigil that he has on the ground.
Yeah. He gets a dex save on that, I think.
Yeah, it's a 14 dex.
Well, he doesn't make that.
Ooh.
Turns out a tall cloud giant, not amazing at, dodging.
Nimbleness. He's not nimbly pimbly.
Not really his thing. No. He's got other things that are his thing, but that's not it. All right.
Yes, he has things that are not supposed to be his thing that are his thing. That's why we're here.
And he needs to put them back.
Yes.
Indeed. Speaking of, and does erupting earth, by the way, have any lingering effects or anything like that?
It makes the ground in that area difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain.
For how long?
20-foot cube. In addition, the ground in the air becomes difficult terrain until cleared.
Oh.
Each 5-foot square requires 1 minute to clear by hand.
So that box needs to stay there. I guess, because we need to know.
Okay. Yes, that box will stay there.
Do I need to change the color on it?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I can see it perfectly well. All right. Well, it's now his turn. So, that's fun. And he's going, or rather, it's the tower's turn. Orlun, just to be clear, I'm going to kind of have it as Orlun doing it using the power of, his place of power here. He sort of grimaces as the earth explodes under him and says, no more of that, thank you. And waves his hand, that icy hand of his, and you see water and coalesce around you and begin to freeze in a fog, a very cold fog surrounding the three of you that have not stepped away. A foot radius.
Oof.
There we are.
Oofta. Okay.
So that area is freezing fog. So each of you needs to make a DC 12 con save.
Constitution.
I have advantage against spells and other magical effects. Would that be this?
Yeah, absolutely. It's everything that's going to happen here is magical unless he hits you with something.
Ooh. That's a 21.
Yeah, well, that's more than 12.
My 2 is not more than 12. That's my second natural 1.
Can I donate you 7?
That's still not more than 12.
Listen, you just rolled 2 natural ones in a row. That means that your luck is going to be great for the rest of this.
I get 2 natural 20s in return, right? That's how that works?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
Unfortunate.
It's a good thing to remember, sir.
So I take 10 cold damage?
All right. You take 10 cold damage. The rest of you take 5 cold damage. This also is heavily obscuring. So line of sight is broken in there. It does not slow you down in any way, shape, or form. And if you end your turn in the fog, you will also take 3d6.
But we can move out of it with no problem.
Yes.
Dang. The rogue trait is specifically for dex saves. I don't get to take 0 damage for dodging the fog.
Oh, it's only for, I didn't know it was only for dex. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean most like lightning and fireball, those are all dex.
Right.
Which reminds me, we should not be in a line.
That's probably true.
Probably not. No.
Orlun's going to step out of the difficult terrain, walk around it with his long, heavy strides. And Fairmont, as he approaches, the ice that's gathered around his hand expands to become a long spear made of ice.
Oh, that's lovely.
And he's going to just sort of casually, not even try and stab you with it so much as just swat at you.
Okay.
Monkey sword.
30?
Whoa! Yeah, that'll hit.
Excuse me?
10 piercing and 4 cold damage.
All right.
22?
Oh my gosh.
For 22 damage?
No, that's
well, actually, yes.
Actually it is 22.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to make, hang on just a second here.
So Peter casually takes 36.
Yeah, okay, so
Good,
I need
strong.
to make 2 Constitution saves here.
Nothing to be worried about at all.
I'm worried.
Okay, this should be at a total of +4 because of my Aura of Protection. So add another 4 to that, so that's a 15. That makes the first one, and then same for the second one. So yeah, I'm fine there on hanging on to my spell.
Okay, good. Yeah, and I'm not accounting for any effects you've got going on. I'm gonna have to leave that to you, I'm afraid.
No worries.
Ruok.
Well, I was gonna do something, but that may need to change. Good night, man. All right. Peter, I'll let you make the decision. Hit points or damage, and a bonus effect with the damage.
Go ahead and pull out the damage.
Okay. Figured that's best if I ask you. So I can move 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's. I go right there, so that I'm outside the bad fog. Oi. Okay. I am going to use Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't a 20, which is what I was supposed to get because I've had 2 1s. But that is a total of 12, which doesn't seem very good.
No, this is a spell attack roll, right?
This is correct.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does miss him. I mean, his AC is not super high, but...
This is unfortunate. And that does use a slot, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Guiding Bolt? Yeah.
Oh, like even if I miss, it still uses the slot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
let me...
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what. We will give, because I can bonus action this.
You can't cast a leveled spell and another spell as a bonus action.
I can only do it with cantrips, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Well, this is all very unfortunate.
It often is. Ansel.
Yeah. So you said this fog is obscuring, correct?
I sure did.
Wonderful. I am going to move. I would like to move up close enough to him where I could see him, but still obscured enough in the fog that I could get a sneak attack.
If you did that, you would be attacking blind.
Well, that's
you can't. This is not like you hiding behind cover. This is going to be you. If you're in the fog, vision is obscured. Now it goes both ways. He can't fling something at you very easily. But
yeah.
Yeah.
All you gotta wait for is for me to take a single step in closer to engage him in melee, and you'll be able to get sneak attacks from there on.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to cheat just a little bit. He's gone ahead and stepped up to you, Peter.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Just because you know.
Yeah. So
he's not taking you seriously yet.
Okay, so this is just a regular attack, and if it hits sneak damage, I'm not technically have advantage against shooting him.
If you shoot him from where you are, you'd have disadvantage. If you move out of the cloud, then
it's a standard attack, and you get sneak attack.
Right, because there's a special rule where basically if a rogue has an ally flanking an enemy, they get their sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically the ally's enough of a distraction for you to line up your shot real good and get him.
Right. I'm going to step out of the fog and get my short bow and
okay, you're going to need to step closer because you are 40 feet away.
The range on a short bow is 80.
Yes, but sneak attack requires 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that.
These are things that I'm learning as a rogue. Okay, now I'm within 30 feet and will shoot him with my short bow, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I gotta hit him first. All right.
Yep.
18 should hit him. All right.
For the record, his AC is only 14.
Yeah, does it do sneak attack? It does.
Oh, it sure does. All right, that's 9 plus 17 is 26. He's not particularly happy about that. That hit him in a tender spot. And more than that, he looks down. You have ruined my robe.
Well, you ruined our
will we
desert.
Send your families a bill? Oh, desert. What is that in the grand scheme of things? Unexploited land. Ripe for a profit.
First off, either myself or Agate Accounting and Collections cannot be held liable for someone who instigates an assault against an employee. Also, deserts are like a complex ecosystem, my dude.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Pheromon, it's your turn.
I'm a smack him.
Oh, good.
How's a 20?
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Okay.
Again, his AC is only 14.
And it's going to be smite time here. So we got 7 slashing, and then I'm going to burn a second level spell slot for another 18, so total of 25. And then I'm going to try and do it again. 22. 7 slashing again.
Very consistent.
Another 3d8. Another
18.
Exact same roll.
Shockingly consistent damage.
Yeah.
I will also note you got an 8 on the same dice this time as you did last time.
I did.
It's the middle die both times.
It's very well balanced. I personally appreciate the symmetry. Yeah. Yeah. You deal quite a lot of damage to him, and he sort of staggers under the blows.
I'm a paladin. I do that.
Yes, he's not happy. Reap, continue to make this large giant unhappy.
Yeah. In that mode, as a druid that I am, and the fun animals that I've seen along my journeys in life, would one of those possibly be a dire wolf?
Sure.
Cool.
Look, you don't really need my permission to polymorph into cool things.
Just making sure. Okay. Because I realized that I can now polymorph into CR1 creatures. That changes my
look, if you can tell me cool
shape.
stories about how you've seen things, like, oh yeah, remember when I was down in Lakeland and saw a dinosaur? Like, great, go for it.
Cool. Reap is going to take his 35, I believe, movement is what I have. Yes, 35 movement. Running out to, like, not knowing that Orlun has moved, seeing he has moved. He's going to come to the edge of his angry ground, and cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
On Orlun.
Great. And what kind of save is that?
That is. Oh, it just went away.
Another Dex save.
It's a Dex 14 save. Yes.
Nope.
He's not very good at those, as it turns out.
He is Fairy Fired.
Oh, no. Ask him about his Constitution, Wisdom, or Charisma saves, or his Strength saves.
Right. So he's
actually his int saves, because, primary
outlined in a bright blue, shimmering, like, aura. Sheds dim light for 10 feet. And everybody has advantage if you can see it.
Excellent.
Oh, shiny.
Like
He cannot become invisible, so don't try it.
Indeed.
It lasts for 1 minute. I will keep track of that. 10 rounds.
Yes. And it's concentration for what it's worth.
Unfortunately, it is concentration.
All right. Tower time. The tower he's going to scowl and wave his hand.
Don't think I'm only limited to one of the 4 planes. And a line of fire sweeps across you, Pharamond, and you, Reap, going basically end to end from from window to window.
Yeah.
Ow.
Make me some Dex saves, DC 12.
Grant, you do still have the button pressed.
I was
sorry.
I was trying to type that out.
That's all right. It was interesting.
Full value of that is 24.
How's it 20?
Sweet. Yep. Again, if it's more than 12, I'm trying to tell you the numbers ahead of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, 12 fire damage. So you guys each take 6 fire damage. And yeah, all of this again happening sort of quickly. Orlun is staggering under Pharamond's heavy blows and then winces a little bit as he gets lined in this bluish light. I see.
It's a wisdom save for. It's a wisdom save for concentration, right?
Yeah, DC 10, I believe.
It's not a wisdom though. It's Constitution.
Oh, con. Yeah.
Constitution.
Yeah, and it's half of however much damage you took, or 10, whichever is higher.
Yeah. So just sorry, because that's the first time I've done Constitution saves on this.
Too, actually, because I'm concentrating on Shield of Faith. Yeah, I'm good.
Advantage on spells and other magical effects. Does that include my Constitution save or just the spell attack?
No, just
I
whatever.
don't believe it does. No.
Yeah, just whatever malediction spells would be.
It's 14 you focusing on the spell. Yeah, 14. You're good.
I see. I need to start taking you all seriously. Fine. You've already ruined my circle as it is. I'm going to show you my true might then.
And he lifts that hand of his and slams that ice spear down into the dais. You thought the water flowing had been gushing before. Those 4 cauldrons erupt with water. A wave sloshes down the dais from all 4 of them. And as it hits and sprays, it freezes around the dais.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I thought you meant like a couple feet.
Wow.
For the listener, now the vast majority of the map is ice. Or
We are now fighting.
And then around that, there is water. That water, by the way, is deep.
Great.
Not
So we're
like
now
super
fighting
deep,
on an
but enough that
We're
iceberg.
now fighting on an iceberg. Crap. Thanks for listening to City on the Hill Gaming. For more information, you can find us online at cityonthehillgaming.com, email us at cityonthehillgaming@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter at cityonthehillgame. For more information on saving the game, you can find Peter, Grant, and Jenny at stgcast.org or at Saving the Game on Twitter. Thanks, and have a blessed day. Alright, we will begin, if you guys are ready, we will begin sound check with Peter.
Yeah.
Good evening. I don't have anything exciting for the final sound check.
Admittedly, neither do I. Daniel.
Yes. Voice of the Emperor. Totori Cesaru, Political Limited. Discard the Imperial Favor to draw a Fate card. Political Limited. Once per turn, bow your stronghold or a courtier to put an elemental ring into play from your hand. While in play, that ring does not count towards an enlightenment victory. At the beginning of each of your turns, discard a card from your hand or shuffle the ring back into your Fate deck.
So
And you are bringing back some L5R memories.
I was going to say, I know a lot about Magic the Gathering's new Kamigawa set, but that doesn't sound correct to me.
I actually dug up, because I have, for reasons I can't explain, I have a Phoenix deck for L5R in my possession, and I don't know why or how to play.
For listeners unfamiliar, that's Legend of the Five Rings, which is a card game and a really fun role-playing game.
Yeah, which I'm in the middle of like a 2+ year campaign that still has 2 more years on it.
There you go.
That I'm playing through. But the next campaign we play is going to be in space.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with it.
So that'll be fun.
Grant.
Right. So instead of reading off something, I want to actually give a plug for a podcast that has been a huge inspiration for this entire campaign. And that is the Monster Man podcast by James Holloway, not the Jim Holloway who illustrated a lot of the early D&D monster manuals, but James Holloway who reviews monster manuals and talks about each monster in a podcast episode. He does like 2 monsters per episode. Early ones he did like 3. It is a wonderful podcast. It's family friendly. It's a relatively quick look at all the different monsters and kind of like, yeah, this is good. This is what they do. This is kind of weird. This is what it comes from. This is the mythological inspiration. He studies like mythology and that sort of thing at Cambridge, or did. So very interesting guy to listen to. And I really quite like it. My kids listen to it in the car with me. They enjoy it because they like mythology and they like hearing about cool monsters. And I enjoy it because it gives me lots of D&D inspiration. You know, some of the like little elemental guys that you fought in the sandstorm, those were things that I had only heard of because of that podcast. And there you go.
That's
really
cool. Good. I'm looking at his backlog. There are over 400 episodes.
There are a lot more than 400 episodes, because that's just the regular episodes. That is not counting the special episodes where he does like a 30-minute deep dive into a single monster or something like that based on a Patreon backer request.
Monster Man.
Huh.
Entry. Yeah. Monsters.
Oh, and these are actually only like, what, 15 minutes long normally, give or take?
Yeah, very short.
That's very cool. I like it. Ben.
Dreams save us. Dreams lift us up and transform us into something better. And on my soul, I swear that until my dream of a world where dignity, honor, and justice are the reality that we all share, I will never stop fighting. Ever.
Is this more comic book lines?
It is actually a comic book.
What is this?
Superman, what's so funny about truth, justice, and the American way?
Never heard of that one. Okay, dig it. And for mine, I will simply, I guess, say thank you to you guys for doing this season with me. And thank you to William, who is not with us this evening, nor will be back for season 4 as far as I know. But he's been around with us for a hot minute since the beginning of season 1. So William will be missed.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, William.